Busted back on the road, of course, on Saturday down at Telford. How's the response been in training this week to Saturday's defeat?
Yeah, it's been good. It's always good. The group of players that we've got, we felt that we played well, which helped. We dominated large parts of the game. We didn't create as many chances as we want, but we got a lot of final third entries, which was pleasing. But we just need to make the most of them when we get in the final third. And then their boy, to be fair to him, he scored an unbelievable goal. I think he's done that previously here as well for Fylde. So no, it was a good performance. So early on in the season, there was a lot of pleasing things, a lot of positives to take from it. So the mood's been really good this week. But on the flip side, there's a lot that we can learn from it and a lot that we're working on that'll improve us. So it's been a hard week. But we've got a lot of information across the lads, and then hopefully that'll show on Saturday.
Is it a bit of a strange one for you to work on in sort of training when you're coming off, like you say, the back of a defeat like that, where you've played well and didn't necessarily feel like you deserved to lose, rather than coming off the back of a game where you're well out of it?
It can be, but I think because on Saturday we felt there was a main reason why we didn't win the game. And that was predominantly in the final third, so we've worked a lot on that this week. Sometimes when you win games, it can sort of paper over a lot of cracks and stuff, whereas we're trying to create that environment where win, lose or draw, we still look at what we can improve on, and we look at what we've done well, what we didn't do so well, and that's exactly the same as what we've done with Saturday. Although we lost the game, we've still looked at a lot of things that we done well and things that need to be worked on.
And I say back on the road on Saturday down at Telford, another long trip. You've had two away games in all competitions so far, but of course the Bradford one a positive result. Are you looking to maybe draw on something from that game going into this week?
It's probably too early in the season to sort of start talking about sort of away form and home form. I know last season we didn't start great on the road, and then we sort of picked up towards the back end of the season. This year we don't want that to be the case. We want to obviously make this a really hard place to come, and we want to be a good side away from home that's going to pick up points. So obviously it's a long trip. It's our first long trip, so we'll see how the lads get on, but we don't really want that to affect us too much. You know, where you start looking at how long journeys are, is that going to affect your performance? We just want to turn up really professional on the day, take what we've learnt this week and put it into practice on the game on Saturday and get a result.
Of course, Telford up in the northeast last weekend had a game away at Blythe, managed a 1-1 draw in the end. What kind of game are you expecting heading down to Telford yourselves this weekend?
They're a really good side. We've watched the game back against Blythe. They played well for long parts of the game. Obviously Blackie got the goal in the 89th minute, which meant they went away with the draw. But they like to play if they can. They like to get the ball from the goalkeeper if they can. They've got good technical players in central midfield. They've got a very good centre forward. They've got two very good centre forwards, to be fair. So yeah, they're strong all over the pitch. They're always a decent side. They're well organised. It's a difficult place to go because it's so far away. So yeah, we're expecting a really tough game, but every time we speak I see we'll have a tough game, because I just think in this league every game's a tough game, and if you start thinking otherwise, that's when you're going to trip over yourself. So they'll be up and around pushing for playoffs, I would imagine. We want to be up and around as high as we possibly can, so I think it's going to be a really good indication of where we are, because last week we played Fylde. Everyone's expecting them and York to go and be the top two and go and win the league, so you think the lads should be up for that game anyways, whereas sometimes going away from home you have to really motivate the lads, and it gives you more of an indication of where you're at in sort of what you've worked on. How good you are against the better teams away from home is a really good indication of where you are as a team, really.
And then just in terms of the team news, of course a few of the lads have been sort of injured in recent weeks, but how's everyone looking ahead of Saturday's game?
Obviously as the weeks go by everyone's a little bit closer. Nathan Dale's joined in his first session today, so that was really pleasing for us. Saturday might come a little bit too soon for him. He might be able to sneak on the bench. Not sure about that one yet. Keats is obviously back from suspension, so he's back in. Other than that, the rest of the lads are just that little bit closer. Obviously we've got an unbelievable physio in Belly who works with the lads every day, and they're responding well to the work that he's putting on for them, and hopefully this time in 3-4 weeks I'll be standing here seeing that we've got a full squad to pick from.